Hello everyone, welcome to second video on CISSP exam questions and answers. In today's video we will study the domain 2, that is asset security. So let's get started. So the question number 1 in today's video is that what type of memory is used often for CPU registers, and the options are DRAM, firmware, ROM and SRAM or static RAM. And the correct answer is SRAM or static RAM is used for CPU registers. Question number 2 is that what type of firmware is erased using ultraviolet light, and the options are EEPROM, EEPROM, flash memory and PROM. And the correct answer is EEPROM or erasable programmable read-only memory, that is erased using the ultraviolet light. Question number 3 is that what describes the process of determining which portions of a standard will be employed by an organization, and the options are baselines, option 2 is policies, option 3 is scoping and option 4 is tailoring. And the correct option is scoping. So scoping deals with using a specific portion of a standard to suit your organization, while tailoring is using that specific portion and customizing it. Tailoring is customizing, while scoping is using a specific portion. Question number 4 is that what non-volatile memory normally stores the operating system kernel on an IBM PC-compatible system? And the options are disk, firmware, RAM and ROM. And the correct answer is the disk. So the operating system kernel or the operating system itself is stored on disk, while the ROM stores BIOS, basic input output system. BIOS is stored in ROM, while the operating system kernel is stored in disk, or we call it the hard drive. Question number 5 is that what was ISO standard 17799 renamed as, and the options are BS 7799-1, ISO 27000, ISO 27001 and ISO 27002. And the correct option is ISO 27002. So this standard basically deals with the best practices of IT security that an organization should implement. While ISO 27001, it is the process of auditing these best practices. This is used for audit, while these gives us the best practices. Question number 6 is that which of the following describes a duty of the data owner, and the options are patch systems, report suspicious activity, ensure their files are backed up, and ensure data has proper security labels. And the correct answer is ensure that the data has proper security labels. So the data owner is basically a managerial role, and the data owner defines the security label and also the frequency of data backups, while the custodian, the data custodian, it is an hands-on role that patches the system. Question number 7 is that which control framework has 34 processes across 4 domains, and the options are COSO, COBIT, ITIL and OCTAVE. And the correct answer is COBIT. So COBIT stands for Control Objective for Information and Related Technology. Question number 8 is that which phase of OCTAVE identifies vulnerabilities and evaluate safeguards? And the options are phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4. And the correct answer is phase 2. So phase 2 identifies the vulnerabilities and evaluates the safeguards, while the phase 1 identifies the staff knowledge, assets and threats. And the phase 3, it conducts the risk analysis and develops the risk mitigation strategy. It has total of 3 phases. Question number 9 is that which of the following is the best method for securely removing data from a solid state or SSD that is not physically damaged? And the options are ATA secure erase, bit level override, degaussing and file shredding. And the correct answer is ATA secure erase is the command that can be used to securely remove data from SSD which is not physically damaged. If it is physically damaged, then the option is physical destruction of the SSD. Question number 10 is that the release of what type of classified data could lead to exceptionally grave damage to national security? And the options are confidential, secret, sensitive but unclassified and top secret. And the correct answer is top secret. So the top secret is the most highly classified data. It is the extreme level of or the top level of data classification, and if revealed it can pose exceptionally grave damage to the national security. Question number 11 is that a company outsources payroll services to a third-party company. Which of the following roles most likely applies to the third-party payroll company? And the options are data controller, data handler, data owner, and data processor. And the correct option is data processor. Question number 12 is that which managerial role is responsible for the actual computers that house data, including the security of hardware and software configuration? The options are custodian, data owner, mission owner and system owner. And the correct option is system owner. So the system owner is actually responsible for the computer hardware and software configuration as well as its running. Question number 13 is that what method describes the integrity of magnetic media such as tapes or disk drives by exposing them to a strong magnetic field, destroying the integrity of the media and the data it contains? And the options are bit level overwriting, degaussing, destruction and shredding. And the correct option is degaussing. So with magnetic data, you always use degaussing to destroy the data. Question number 14 is that what type of relatively expensive a fast memory uses small latches called flip-flops to store bits? And the options are DRAM, EEPROM, SRAM and SSD. And the correct option is SRAM or static RAM. Question number 15 is that what type of memory stores bits in small capacitors like small batteries? And the options are DRAM, EEPROM, SRAM and SSD. And the correct option is DRAM or dynamic RAM. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and have learned something. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you all.